because we have a lot to go over, but I'm going to break it up in a couple of days. So just drop in the chat if you're doing well, drop a 1. From all the things that we've been going through, all the things that we've been talking about, didn't come on yesterday. How was yesterday? How was yesterday? Drop those comments to let me know. I want to check in with you guys. I want to do more check-ins because I give a lot, we speak a lot, and I give you a lot of information. But from this week, how it's Thursday, how have you guys been? What have you noticed? Before I go into everything that's been happening lately, before I go into releasing what I have, let me know how you guys are. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. I want to make sure you guys are good. Great day, great day. Oh, I'm muted. Good, that's why. Thank you. I've been talking. I was muted. All right. So this is what they're trying to do. Mute me. Not in this season. Absolutely not. Not happening. I refuse that. So I said, hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? What's going on? Where are you guys? We did not meet yesterday. What is happening in your life? Because we didn't meet yesterday, I didn't release anything. So I want to know this week, how have you been? Because we had a huge shift between Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't want to say it was a cosmic shift, but there was a shift in momentum. And if anybody felt it, I want to know how you guys are feeling. How are you doing? How has the attacks been? How has the no attacks been? Where are you? If you want to come up, you're more than welcome. If you want to type it, you can type it. But I want to check in with you guys. I was saying that I do a lot of releasing. I do a lot of giving. I do a lot of teaching and giving strategies. But I want to make sure you guys are applying them. So go ahead and drop it in the chat and let me know. Okay, so yesterday was a great day, focused and accomplished a lot. No arguments, just moving with purpose. Awesome. Anybody else? Made sure I walked in love and didn't get frustrated with the children. Anybody else? Anybody get attacked? Anybody put some tools to work that didn't normally work? Someone said I was beat down mentally a few days ago. I was beat down mentally a few days ago, snapped myself out in like 15 seconds, and it's like I was a whole different person. Currently finishing up my divorce discovery today, looking at old stuff that was said, reliving moments because I have to write about it, but I'm in. The attack came, but I refused to entertain it. Feeling at peace in a clear mind, and did some research on numbers he gave me, still adjusting what he's trying to say. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Just checking in on you guys. Just checking in. I want to make sure that you guys are not just listening, not just gaining insight, collecting, gaining more, collecting, but you're actually applying it. It does no good if you're not applying what you are learning in real time. It does no good. Hello. I was attacked last week, but it pushed me to move into where I'm supposed to be. That's it. That is it. How many of you noticed that? Someone on YouTube said they were attacked, but it pushed them into where they're supposed to be. I can concur with that one. I was attacked horribly this week. Oh my God, like on a whole nother level. And this week was my husband's birthday, which was yesterday. So, of course, I was not on yesterday. But when I say attacked horribly in two areas, one in health and one in family, not for me, but health of a close family, close family member, and one in family. But it pushed me. So this is not where I wanted to start, but this is where I'm going to start. So for many of you who are new, I want to welcome you to World Changers with Smaller Brown, mandated to be the defender of humanity, protector of mankind, bringing you thought-provoking, mind-shifting wisdom. I want you to grab a notepad and a pen and prepare for the paradigm shift in the next 45 minutes. So what I have to say in regards of that, I'm just going to free fall it today. Unless he wants me to go back to my notes, I am going to free fall it. Okay. And what I have to say in that right there, I was attacked this week horribly. When I say bad, blindsided, we were like, whoa. And then the health thing with the family member that's close, it pushed me into where I'm supposed to be. How many of you in the ascension, I'm talking to those who did the ascension, okay? So there's maybe a couple of you online right now. If you did the ascension, I'm talking to you. Remember, it said, remove these things. You had three things. Put a one in the chat if you were on the ascension. And he said, these things, three things. They cannot go with you. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Okay, everybody's putting a one. Thank you. Now, let me ask you if your attack this week had anything to do with those, because mine did. So, and I'm okay with being open. That's how I know the anointing flows. That's how I know God is able to move when I do that. Right? So, my three things was remove anger was number one, remove love was number two, and remove lost. They didn't make sense at the time. Anger, of course, but love and loss, I was just like, okay, whatever. And didn't I tell you guys that this season is quick? We are in an instant season. You think it's in front of you in 2 seconds. You say it and it's right in front of you. So you better be careful. I told y'all that at the beginning of this week. You think it's here. Excuse me, it's here. Be careful with your thoughts. I told you, act as if your thoughts will literally create or destroy your world in a matter of seconds. That's where we are. That's how powerful you are becoming. Our light is increasing, our DNA is increasing, our strands are increasing. This is a side effect of that. So, my three were anger, love, and lost. And the day I got the news about family, anger, it was the same day we ascended. Anger rose up in me and I had to subdue. I had to say, nope, you're dead. I had to immediately apply it. Then lost is looming. And I said, okay, that's the second one. That's the third one. And then love. God said, I need you to kill the old way of love, the old way you used to love. And I need you to love in the new way and usher in a new love on this earth. Who? What? Okay. I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea what that looks like. Another blueprint that I have to follow that I have no idea. And it doesn't feel good. Because love, when you're birthing out a new love, moms, that doesn't feel good initially. But those birthing pains put you in position, puts the baby, i.e., love, in position to be birthed out. But now 2 days in, because it was instant, we ascended on Monday, and it was instant. Later that day, I got hit with anger, love, and then by yesterday, lost is and was looming. And I said, okay, they're all three already here. So how many of you who put a one in the chat, if you go back to the three that he said you have to remove, they're actually in the works. And if you didn't notice that, now you're noticing it because I'm putting you in aware of it. Okay. I want you to be aware how quick of a season we are in. We are in an instant season. So if you're driving on the road saying, I'm going to be late, you're going to be real late. You need to, like, I'm going to steal Gabriel's words. I'm going to straighten my back and say, nope, I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be early. I don't care if the clock says you need 5 minutes to get there and you're 10 minutes late. I'm going to be on time and early. God, stop time. God, take me through a portal to get to earth, to my job fast. See, this is how I pray. This is how I think. Utilize what's in your hand. You have angels assigned to you in this season of deliverance between April and June. There are specific angels assigned to take you across to the land that is yours to possess it as long as you obey him. So your requirements I want you to write down is to obey the angel and use the angel. So let me show you how it confirms. So I heard that and I said, okay, God, got my 3 that I needed to remove. I'm in that process. And a lady pops up on one of the streams and says, let me show you how to use angels a different way. Now, I use angels to stand guard, to fight, to war. I use angels to help in certain ways, but never this simple. And God what did he give me? Simple? Simple. I told you guys wrote it down, right? Keep it simple. How many of you were in that room? Drop a 1 in the chat. Keep it simple. Simple. It was just early this week. I said, keep it simple. Okay, good. Now, the lady said, in real time, I love it. It wasn't I'm telling you a story. She did it live, real time. She's on the highway. She turned her camera around. She goes, it's bumper to bumper. I don't know what city she was in. Could have been any, DC, Atlanta, Houston, just traffic. She goes, angels, I need to get to the right. Can you make room, please? Kind of like Siri. I need my lights on. Siri, can you get this? Siri, can you research that? And literally, she goes, look, a car literally pulled over to the right side of the shoulder to make room. You guys, I'm not even making this up. But did you hear the analogy he just gave me? Because that's new. I'm going to go into that. We depend on AI. Because Siri's AI. Just, they may not have called her that. Alexa is AI. They didn't call her that, but they are. They're now calling these new updated, real intense technology AI to trying to differentiate, but they're still the same. I don't, because I don't mess with Alexa like that. Because I told y'all, me and Alexa's, we got beef. She be interrupting my conversations, and I don't even talk to her like that with that Google thing in my parents' house. I'll say something and it'll just pop up, and I'm like, I did not call you. My kids say you got to say, hey, Google. I'll try to talk to them. Just like, mommy, that's not how it works. That's how much I don't use Siri or them. So, but some of you, I'll see people talking on their TikToks or their YouTube, and I'll be like, hey, Alexa, look this up for me. Hey, Alexa, hey, Google, do this. Hey, Siri, do that. Turn on the light, Siri. Look up this, Siri. Can you order this, Siri? I need y'all to do that with your angels. Hey, do you know their name? We know Raziel, prosperity angel, is here. He's still here. I know Gabriel's an angel because Gabriel popped in my room. And from that day on, I know that my archangel Gabriel's here. You got to know what angels are in line. Okay. How many of you know your angels' names? How many of you know your angels' names? How many of you taken the time to find your angels' names? Good job. Good job. In this current season, how many of you know your angels' names? It's very imperative because when you call them by name, my God, they respond and they react. Okay? Seek their names out. We have one. Everybody in the community has one. If you've been in the community, I don't know when Raziel, I think it was March or April, he was released. So everyone has Raziel. He's the prosperity angel and the angel of mysteries of God. That's who you call on. But then on top of that, you have your personal. Okay? I mean, as simple as angels, Raziel, I need more money. Raziel, we're moving. I'm driving and I need more funds. My business, blah, 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 whatever. Gabriel, you know what his function is. He's a messenger. Go send this message. Go do this. Go fight. Know their function so you can easily use them. She wasn't even specific. She says it's just an angel. But we know our angels because we interact with them. So there's not just angel, do this. No. We know our angel's name. Okay. This wasn't even part of my notes. This was just what's flowing right now. This is hot off the press. If you are one that uses Siri for everything, I need you to shift that and use your angels just as you use. How many of you use Siri like that? Drop a 2 in the chat. If you use Siri like that, or Google or Alexa, whatever the name is, or I'm sure there's tons now. It's not just those two, but you know what I'm talking about. If you use them a lot, drop a 2. And if you use them that way, but don't use your angels that way, now you should be convicted. Every time you call Alexa, you should call your angel. Every time you call, and keep it simple. Did you see how simple she said? I need help getting over. That doggone car literally pulled over. I didn't say the next lane, you guys. I said to the shoulder. It was so obvious. Maria, you funny. I hear you though. It was so obvious. Like literally, if you could see into the realm of the spirit, it was just like, all right, move over. Let me pick you up and just bloop, put you right here. Do you guys understand the power that you carry? The God that you serve? We've been trying to do things. We make it complicated. He gave us simple last week. Keep it simple. Simple is better. And I'll keep the rest for those of you who were live because it was a live one. Keep it simple. Simple is better. Your prayers, your work, your actions, everything. Keep it simple. And it's coming back around. You know how many times I've seen that word since I've gotten that word? Simple's everywhere now. I'm like, okay, God, you are really drilling it in. So I said I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to break things up. So that is what just flowed. That's right off the press. So make sure you take those notes. Keep it simple. Use your angels like you use the AI, Siri, and Google. Put that in your notes. And I want you guys to have your keep your testimonies about that. Next time I ask, write them down or try to keep them at the focal point of your mind so that you can remember to share those so other people can see, so we can make this a movement and spread it. Okay. We don't hoard, we don't gatekeep in our community. We share, because when you give, you get. When you share, you receive more insight and more mysteries. Now, for today, what is today? May 18th. You can't stop right now if you wanted to. I'm going to say that again. Maria, Ayoka, Victoria, Gabriel, Lynette, Shanice, Anita, Greg's Tale, Cecilia Grace, Katie Jones, Siobhan, the relationship coach. I'm sure that's what that says. Vershana Brooks, Beck, and Yusuf. You cannot stop, even if you wanted to right now. I'm speaking to your spirit. You cannot stop, even if you wanted to. I gave this example as before. It's very out there, but it's the best example I can give you. It's like if you got to go number 2, you can hold it until it gets to a certain point. It has to come out. That's where you are. You are at a certain point that you can't turn around. You can't even stop. You can't even take a break right now. You can't. So anybody under the sound of my voice that thought you could take a break, you can't. Anyone who thought they can stop, you can't. I'm speaking to you right now. You cannot stop right now if you wanted to. You can take a moment to pause. You can take a moment to rest, but you better not stop. You are in such a flow and it doesn't feel like it. You know why? Because it's new. It's different. It's kind of like what I just said. I am being charged with ushering in a new level of love. That's how I'm a defender of mankind. I bring things from the spirit realm that's not here now, that may have been years ago, centuries ago. So it's new to us, but it's not new to the world because there's nothing new under the sun. Your anointing won't let you stop. Do you hear me? Your power won't let you stop. Every person under the sound of my voice, you cannot stop right now. You cannot, if you wanted to. You are too deep in the flow. It's like you're in a current in a river or in a stream or in the ocean, and it's just taking you. You got to flow with it. Flow with it. Stop fighting it. When I say surrender, remember we found out surrender in Hebrew means stop resisting. What happens when they say someone who can't swim? Don't say someone who can't swim if you're not a lifeguard, because they will drown you with them because they're panicking. If you're panicking because you're like, God, I don't know what's going on, and he gave you one set of instructions. My husband told me, be love, not do love, not exhibit love, not pray for love. He said, to usher in this next level of love that I need on this earth, I need you to be love. Like Bruce Lee said, be water, be love. Be is what? Action, verb, right? Be love. I'm going to write it and see real quick because I didn't do this. I'm going to look it up real quick. Be love. And he said, be love. And to be love, that means I have to do it. I have to constantly embody it. I have to be one with love. But then he says, and I'll do the rest. Don't worry about it. That's my business. Mind your business. My business is be love. How the other person is going to receive it, not my problem. How I'm going to release it, not my problem. Who am I releasing it to? Not my problem. Just be it. So whatever God told you to do, if it's a one word, if it's a sentence or a phrase, be it. Be it. Okay? Are you guys following me? Drop a 1 in the chat if you are following me. Be it. I need to know that you guys understand that you need to be something. Okay? I need you guys to know it's not about mimicking, because there's nothing on this earth that you are producing right now. You guys have evolved. Many of you. Now, this is not for everyone. I got this word personally, and I know it's not for everyone. But some of you on here have ascended to be a leader. And when I say that, I mean a leader that God sees leading massive amount of people. Massive masses, okay? You are a leader to masses. So in the world, it would be a master leader. In the world, it'd be a global leader. You are a leader in the spiritual world. Okay? All of your trials prepared you to be this leader. So whatever he just told you you need to do, and some of you got yours when I got mine back in February. Some of you are still getting yours. You need to be it. Not just do it. It needs to exude off of you. So that means when I walk, even people in the grocery store should feel my love, God's love, or this new love. If you are whatever he told you to do, whenever you're around, whenever you're implementing it, they should feel it. They should see it. Okay? So that's what this shift did. It turned up more of our light. We got more light in our body, because remember, the more light you have, the more powerful you are in the realm of the spirit, which translates into the natural. The more you move with God in this flow, the more the demons are going to fall off. Hear me. Because you receive such a huge upgrade, you are becoming the super powerful you, the one with superhuman abilities. Your DNA is turning on. Your blueprint is turning on. The distractions are there. Don't get it twisted. I didn't say attacks. I said distractions. Many of you say you were attacked and it was a distraction. What I need you to write down is, Angel, help me be aware of distractions. Or Angel, point out the distractions. Or Angel, show me when I think it's an attack, but it's really a distraction. One of the four, whatever you want to write down. Simple. Because literally the fight that I had in my mind, I don't think I've ever had this fight. And I can say that I'm very disciplined. I can say that I'm very diligent, right? Even my husband says that when I get something in my head, boy, oh boy, it's hard to change you. So I'm very, very strong-willed and disciplined and diligent in certain areas. And I have been going in on for 2 days to keep my thoughts on a certain place. Especially, I attract good things. Everything works good for me. All those phrases. But the distraction that's been put in my face since Monday to Wednesday, when I say it's pulling me out of my set place, that I literally had to put my hands like a blinder to my eyes and say, Somalia Brown, put your head, and turn my head and say, look this way. If you can imagine what I just did, that's how diligent this distraction has been. It's not an attack. Because the moment I put my eyes on it, it starts to go down a rabbit hole and I start to feel something. And I'm like, no, I need to be over here. And then it gets lighter again. And I'm feeling the dichotomy of the two. That's to show you how powerful we are and how powerful this trial is. This trial right here, I need you to stay focused. I've given you ample decrees. We in the community, we even have a certain decree that we are putting, it's on our screensaver. Okay? I need you. If you're not in the community and you don't have that screensaver, I need you to understand the severity of this one. Okay? You are shifting into the powerhouse, the leader. Many of you are already there. Some of you are still shifting. But it's preparing you for the weight of your next assignment. It is preparing you for the weight of your next assignment. So if you're feeling it right now, because I know I am, I'm not even going to deny it or sugarcoat it. This new level of love, I told you guys, we came out the womb and we received love and we accepted it. Now I had to kill that love, that version of love, as a wife, as a mother. And now I've got to be another level of love. And I don't know what that looked like. Just being honest, I have no idea. No idea what it looks like. No idea what it feels like because I haven't received it first, but I got to give it first. Do you know how hard that is? To have to give something that blindly that you've never received on top of something that you've received all your life that you thought was that. Yeah, just sit with that for a moment. So that shift did that yesterday. It shifted you into a better position. It shifted you, and this was 16th, because I wasn't on yesterday. So the 16th, I wrote these notes. It shifted you into a better position. Okay. Your spirit received a huge upgrade, which is why some of you are really tired, exhausted for no reason. You're getting sleep, but you're tired. You're dehydrated. Migraines. My husband got a migraine. My daughter has flu-like symptoms. Ain't got a flu now one, but it's because of the shift that happened yesterday. It was massive. The light that God, for lack of better words, threw down at us, the light that God allowed our body to embody, produced this exhaustion, headaches, migraines, throat, like cold symptoms. So if any of you are feeling that, this is why. Because as your body starts to adapt, I mean, these are things we haven't received. We're in a season we've never been. So your body has to adjust to this. Okay. It's kind of like when you're in the airplane. Yep, I know. When you're in the airplane and you're going up, first it's your stomach, then you're going higher than your ears, and you go higher, then you're like, oh my God, my head feels like it's about to explode, until it levels off and you get used to it. That's where we are. But I'm telling you, drink your water, stay hydrated. Okay. Yeah, only one of my kids is feeling it, but the last time my other son felt it, and this time it's my daughter. So it's just random on who feels it, who doesn't. Some of you may not be feeling nothing, but I know for me it's exhaustion. I don't get headaches like that. The only time I get headaches is when God is letting me know I'm expanding my consciousness. He's expanding my consciousness. But exhaustion, I mean, Mother's Day, I slept. We watched a movie and I was laying on the floor and I fell asleep. They're like, Mommy, you fell asleep on the floor. Then I got up and we ate and did something else, got in bed, went back to sleep. I was like, what? And then I thought and I said, oh, something's shifting. Something's going on. Something's going on. That's not me. Oh, wow. So, yes. At the beginning of the year, my phrase was love without looking to receive anything in return. That is amazing. I'm going to have to take that from you. Thank you. That is amazing. Yep. Give love and don't expect, because that's what love is. It's an action word. It's a verb. Love is action. So for those of you who are new, I'm going to look it up in Hebrew because I know many of you, especially on Wisdom, are very new to my community, which is World Changers. Love is, I put live. Let's see. I'm going to show you what love is in Hebrew. Okay. Actually, let me do what I normally do. Let me do it the proper way. Hold on one second. So, love in our dictionary what? Okay, I keep putting live. Let me see what this is. Remain alive. Be alive at a specific time. This might be for somebody, so pay attention, because I put love twice and live came up twice, so I'm not even going to ignore it again. To be present. Okay. So that's our word. I'm going to look up love, but he just said we got to be present, which we know that because in our community we operate in the now, right? Let's see if I can get the origin is Germanic, related to Dutch leven, life, and leave. So right now, we've just received to be alive, have the life of an animal or a plant, one of the greatest writers who ever lived, to continue alive. So we just received, he just gave us a word, live or live. And it means to be present. So I'm going to speak that over every person. If you have not been operating in the present, you need to. Okay? That wasn't an accident. Twice, not once. I don't even believe in accidents, but I was just trying to get to love and I saw it put live in Hebrew or live in Hebrew, and then I put it in the regular. So, okay, so love in the Oxford Dictionary is an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something. A verb, feel deep affection for someone, like or enjoy very much. Okay? In Hebrew, love is sweetheart, liking, esteem, nothing, not, nil. Verb, to be fond of, to covet, to desire. The Hebrew word for love is ahava, means love. And its most basic love, it means to have affection towards someone, right? Let's see. I'm not going to be able to do a deep dive, and I don't have my notes on. So there are different words also for love. And that's the thing in Hebrew. Chesva, I think, is one too. But there are 9 different words that mean love. So depending on which word, like ahava is referred to love between two people. Then you have hesed, which is chesed, which is loyalty. Then there's just, I don't know how to say this one. It's kindness. Then there's another version of love, and it means friendship, loving friendship. Emuna, if any of you guys have heard that, is faithfulness and loyalty. This next one is acts of love and kindness that are done without expecting anything in return. Back to Victoria. So we've got present, stay present, be alive, and doing acts of love without looking for anything in return, which is probably the hardest part of loving someone or something. This last one, or second to last one, this word describes deep compassion and mercy that is shown towards others. It's amazing that the emotion mercy or compassion is derived from the name. Okay. And then this last one says, describes a deep committed love, such as love between a husband and wife. So, just wanted to kind of break down the difference, okay, of love. Because love is, you got to do it, you got to be it. It's not just a feeling, but that's what we've been taught. So, the kingdom of heaven is just, and your reward is here. Your reward is here. It's here. In the midst of this transition of you not being able to stop, of your anointing not allowing you to stop, the shift that we're in, the huge upgrade that you're receiving, your kingdom, the kingdom of heaven is just, and your reward is here. So I want you to expect a reward. I want you to expect a reward. Does anybody know how to expect a reward? Drop a 1 in the chat if you know how to expect a reward. Because when I say things like that, people are like, well, how do you do that? How do you expect that? Okay, we got one person. How do you expect a reward? So, how I usually tell people how to expect something. If you asked a sibling for $100 and you asked a friend of a friend for $100, your sibling, you're going to be like, okay, I'll call them on Friday and they'll give me the money when they get paid. You're expecting it. You're not thinking about it. You're not like, oh my goodness. The friend of a friend, you're like, man, I hope this person comes through. I really need this money. I hope this, but you're expecting it, but you're doubting. You see the difference? Let me know if you guys understand what I'm trying to show you. Which one are you when it comes to God? Is it just I know my brother, I know my sister, and I know she gonna give it to me, so it's like, cool, that's bills paid, let me cross it off my list. But when it's a friend of a friend, it's more of a there's a doubt there. There's a, I hope they come through, because boy, I really need to pay this off, and if not, da 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 da. There's a difference. The first one is what you need to, where you need to be. But it's okay if you're the second with God, because you have not built up a repertoire. You have not built up a relationship. You have not allowed him to show you who he is, and that he will show up for you at any time and any place. Because abundance is just that. All of you are abundant. I'm going to tell you that right now. Many of you don't know, but abundance is just having what you need when you need it, every time you need it. I'm going to say that again. Abundance is having what you need when you need it, every time you need it. You need money for the light. It shows up when the light bills do. You need money for gas. It shows up when you need gas. Sometimes it's a little late, but it shows up. That's abundance. You have it when you need it. Exceeding abundance is you have it when you need it, plus surplus. So, you will start to remember more and more why you have been sent here at this given point in time, at this juncture in life, at this moment, and you will understand who you really are, little by little. That's what happens when your blueprint starts to be turned on. You're able to see and feel and embody it. Remember, we're made up of 80% water, 70 down and 80% up above our neck. And water has a memory, including the water in your blood. Okay? It has a memory. Your spirit has a memory, because God created the end and then he came back and created the beginning. So you have a memory built in you. The more these shifts happen, the more you're going to remember who you are, why you're here, what you said you came to do, what you're supposed to do, and you're going to do it. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk on something similar to that, but go more in depth. What I want you to write down are these right track signs. I want you to write down these things that I want you to look for. Remember, I taught you about sirens. I taught you about sounds. I taught you that you're driving and you don't always, a fire truck or an ambulance isn't always in your peripheral. You don't always hear them. And sometimes they sneak up and you're like, dang, my music's not even loud. I did not hear that. Sorry, it wasn't for you at the time, but it was for you when it became clear to you. Okay. So you will begin to see, write this down, hawks and more birds as confirmation of what I'm telling you right now. Hawks and more birds is confirmation that you are remembering more and more why you're here, that that your reward is here, that you just received a huge upgrade, and that you cannot stop and your anointing won't let you stop. You will see hawks and more birds as confirmation. On top of that, pay attention to train horns and more sirens. Because when you hear a train, when you hear a siren, they are declaring that your promise is here and you better start looking for it. Did everybody get that? Did everybody get that? On YouTube, on Clubhouse, and on Wisdom. If you got that, let me know in the chat. All right, so I don't have to repeat it. Make sure you are aware, you guys. Be aware. So that means when you're driving, it's a law in some places anyway, but try not to be so consumed with your phone. Kind of put technology to the side. When you're in the grocery store, I know there's no hawk or bird, but you know what? Some grocery stores, there are birds in the grocery store. They be tripping me out. They be all up in the sky, in the roof, and I'd be like, oh my God, there's a little bird in here. And they don't do nothing. They leave them. Pay attention, be present. This is why he said, okay, Holy Spirit, thank you. I just had an aha moment. I just had wisdom, chokma, just literally put it all together. Be present so that when the horn sounds, you can look for your promise. Did y'all catch that? Be live. Yes. I typed love twice and live came up. And I said, okay, let me look this up. And it said to be present. Because, live, if you just look at it, you don't know if it's live or live. Right? But now, as I've gone through this is how they work with me. That mix up, many of you would just skipped over that. Not me. No. And that mix up just tied our whole message into a nice little bow. When you go to the grocery store, put your phone in your pocket and don't even be on the phone. Because I do it sometimes. You miss things. You miss people. You're supposed to connect with someone, talk to someone, receive something. And you're too busy on the phone. Even if you're scrolling while you're in the line, don't do it. Catch yourself and don't do it. When you're driving, kind of drive with the music down. Keep your phone away. If you got to put it in the back seat so you don't reach it, do something so that you are present all the time. And listen for these sounds. Listen for these things. Amen. Anybody have anything they want to share or add? Anybody have anything they want to share or add? You can raise your hand or you can drop it in the chat. I love when he takes over, takes your message that he gave you before and then adds to it while you are in the midst of delivering it, because we got to be present. I can even put that in what Victoria said. Where's it at? Be present and love presently without looking to receive anything in return at that moment. Because you know what? Thank you, Victoria. That was really for me, because as I'm releasing a new love, people around me have never received it. So I got to pray that they're receptive, that they receive it, that they accept it, that they know what to do with it. Look at that. Because, and I can't expect a response because they've never even embodied it. That's like the first time. How many of you guys, hold on, I'm writing this down. How many of you guys have seen those videos where a deaf person hears for the first time? How many of you seen the right? Okay, so you guys know where I'm going. And the baby's eyes, like, oh my God, that's what your voice sounds like when they're a baby. But when they're grown and they've gotten accustomed to the mute and the distortedness, they don't really know what to think because they've had it for 20, they're 30 years old, they start crying. And if you didn't know any better, do you think they were upset because they're crying? Oh my God, this is amazing. Like, this is ministering to me. Not that they don't always, but this right here is real time. Or even seeing color. Yes. Living in the love dimension shifts the atmosphere of people around you. Absolutely. That's another part of live. Wow. Okay, God, I hear you. This was from me. And I thank you guys for joining. Yep. But yes. So whatever God has told you to do and it's new, make sure you're not expecting people to respond, and then you're allowing the enemy, because this is the flip side. When you expect something like she said and you don't get it, you get angry. And let's just be real. Well, dang, they didn't even receive that. Dang, they started crying. I wasn't meaning it for them to cry. We get offended. So we can't live in offense. And remember, offense is a bait. Don't take it. Wow. Someone on YouTube says Holy Spirit led to look up why birds chirp in the morning. The birds are intentional in commanding their day. Yep. And they bring messages. They sure do. They sure do. Wow. Well, let's see. Somebody else has something. Offense was a topic of the group I was in yesterday. I told you. Were you ever in the room where I told you that offense in Hebrew means bait? Let me know in the chat. Yep. Perfect. All right. So, real quick, because I gotta go. Above on Clubhouse is my link to join my community, my exclusive email community. We do have 2 scholarships available for my mindset mentoring. The Lord laid it on my heart to offer 2 scholarships. One for anyone that's in the inner courts. You have to be a member in the inner courts. And the second one is anyone in the outer courts, which is anyone in the email community, anyone in the on my YouTube, Clubhouse, or Wisdom community. If you are interested in putting your name in and receiving whatever stipulations to receive that scholarship for the mindset mentoring, which starts in June, if you feel led, if you are like, I want to do this, but I'm not sure, you got the link, you listen to the informational, and it's pulling you, it's tugging you, we are offering 2 scholarships. If you are one of the 2, if you want it, email executive.assistant@smallybrown.com and type in, I would like to put my name up for the scholarship. And put if you're inner court or outer court, because if you are a paid member in the World Changers community app, you are an inner court member. Okay. If you are a member of the email list, you are outer court. You have to be on the email community list to join, to even put your name in. So the link is on Clubhouse. I'm gonna put the link on YouTube. And if you want the link on Wisdom, please email executive.assistant@somalibrown.com and tell her you would like the link to join the community so that you can then join um the put your name in the raffle to be a part. So I just put it on YouTube. So the link is on YouTube. The link is on Clubhouse. Wisdom, if you are interested, I can't put a link on here. Or you can actually chat me. I see the chat if you are interested as well. So you can email executive.assistant@smallybrown if you want to put your name for the scholarship, or you can put it in the chat. I'm interested. Either way will work. There's a couple of you who need to be on it. He's been tugging on you. You know who you are. Okay. You have not because you asked not. So he said, go ahead and offer. It's 8 weeks. And it'll be an intensive. And then with the scholarship, you won't get the video bonus because that expired on the 15th, but you will be able to be a part of the live Wednesday, um, the live Wednesday group. So Gabriel, go ahead, and you're on the email community list. So go ahead and email and let her know that you're interested and you're in the outer courts. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have an amazing day. Any questions? Perfect. All right. You're number one in there. You're number one in the queue. Awesome. Thank you guys. Have an amazing day. This room and this live is closing in 3. Any question? Oh, it just closed. Oops. Any questions or comments, please email executive.assistant@smallybrown.com. Thank you.